After my failed burnout, I adjusted the brakes on the car and then tried to see if I could hold the car on jack stands and gear. As you can see, the car pretty much just immediately pushes through the brakes with any amount of throttle. The brake pedal's pretty hard too, so I pulled the booster check valve off. Didn't seem like it was working right.
Hey everybody. I'm riding along in the truck. I just left the house. I'm going to go take some trash off, some recycling, but while I'm out, I'm going to run to the parts store and I'm going to grab a check valve for the brake booster and see if that fixes it. The brake pedal on this car is really hard and it never used to be. And the check valve only flows one way, which is what it's supposed to do, but it doesn't hold vacuum. I wonder if that's what's going on here. You can bring the car up to like 1100 or 1200 RPM and it'll start pushing through the brakes, and the brakes just don't feel strong, and it never used to be that way. I used to be able to bring this thing almost all the way up on the converter. This converter will flash to about 3200, or at least it would on the old setup. And I could foot brake it to like 24 or sometimes even 2600, and I just can't do that at all right now. So hopefully I can fix it with a $6 or $8 check valve.
I got home with the new check valve and some grommets and a little liquid motivation. Brakes felt better, so I tried to foot brake it and see what the results were. Did a lot better on the foot brake, so I went for a test drive. Made a little third gear rolling hit. But when I went for Burnout Redemption, didn't go so well. Spun both tires today, and I could get it up on the converter significantly more than I could yesterday. But still, no big smoky burnout. Might just be some shock settings or the fact that this car is on a 275 radial now instead of street tires. I'm gonna keep playing with it. Just drove it around since it was a nice day. And then wanted to see what it would do from a dig. After I got home, I opened a cores, checked the car over for leaks and stuff. Only thing I could find was that the distributor O-ring seems to be leaking a small amount of oil right there. Kind of pisses me off since it's a brand new distributor, brand new O-ring. I let Kenneth put the license plate on since I just had it finger tight. He had a good time doing this. And we took care of a few other little nitpicky things on the car.
Okay, hit the brakes, Kenneth. Let go.
We got both brake lights working, since everyone's been having a fit about the left brake light being out, as if I don't already know this. The brake lights were just a bad connection at the socket, and we found this too, which was the fuse for the electric fans. Explains why the car was running a little hot yesterday. Saturday morning, Kenneth and I got up and got in the blue car. We're going to take it to Cars and Coffee here locally. It's a different Cars and Coffee than we took it to a few weeks ago, a little bit further away. The car started right up, even though this morning's been probably the coldest morning we've had yet here in South Carolina, and it ran great the whole way there. We stopped at the gas station and filled the tank up. No leaks. I still haven't hooked the electrical portion of the sending unit up, but at least we know we can drive it. We got to the Cars and Coffee, and Kenneth did what he usually does. Lead me around and tell me all the cars he wants to look at, and the ones he wants me to pick him up so he can see inside. The red Volkswagen in the background there was really cool. A 2276cc engine with a Geenberg 5-speed in it. Don't see that very often. There were plenty of other cool cars there. I'm just gonna shut up and let you guys watch the ones that I took some videos of. Hope you enjoy them. It's about a minute's worth. If you want to skip ahead, totally understand. We had a good time at Cars and Coffee. When we first pulled in with the car, a few guys walked over to it and were taking guesses about what was under the hood. Everyone guessed LS swap, and everyone was wrong. That was the number one comment I got about the car today, was that everyone thought it was cool and unique that I didn't LS swap this car. We got home, and I worked on editing some clips from the day, while Kenneth took a nap before the Clemson football game. The next day I went over to my buddy's house for Burnout Redemption. I stopped and made a no burnout test hit down a crappy road. You can see all the dust, dirt, rocks, and debris on it, and yet the car still mostly went right on down, which is exactly what I want from this car. I came home and parked it next to the Mustang. I drove this car over 95 miles this weekend and it did great, without any problems. I still have a lot of testing to do. I'm still very conservative on the tune-up, but it's getting there and I'm happy with it. That's all for this episode. I'll see you guys later.